Okay, so this lesson is also on multi-step equations. So the only difference is this time we have variables on both sides. So you have equations with variables on both sides. Okay. Now, step one, you distribute if needed, okay, just like the previous lesson. Now, when it's step two, you simplify each side. Well, that just means combine like terms. And again, that's only if needed. So step two is also if needed. Okay. So step three, you're gonna actually see where, okay, blank all variables to one side. I'm gonna cross out one and say left side. So you're gonna move all variables to the left side. Well, what does that mean? So basically with step three, you're gonna eliminate all the variables on the right side. Okay, so if we want to move all our variables to the left side, that means we want to get rid of or eliminate all the variables on the right side. And this is important because we read from left to right, and this is going to be imperative that you get in the habit of keeping all your variables on the left side, which means you're getting rid of all the variables or eliminating all the variables on the right side, especially when we get into inequalities, okay? And then step four, you just solve the remaining two-step equation. So basically, first steps is first you undo the adding and subtracting, then you undo the multiplying or dividing, okay? So in number one, first thing, I like to remember, well, obviously step one and two are not needed because there's no distributing. And when it says simplify or combine like terms, we're talking about each side separately. So 5y minus 8, there's no like terms. Then 3y plus 12, there's no like terms. Okay, when we say step two, it's each side separately. Okay, so when it says each side, that means not together both, but each side by itself. Okay, so maybe if you wanted to put in a little note, each side separately. Okay, but now step three. We want to get rid of the 3y because we want all the y's on the left side. Well, positive 3y, the opposite or the way to eliminate positive 3y is to do a negative 3y. So I'm going to go ahead and put them in like term columns on both sides of the equation. And it's the right-hand side that tells us what we need to write because we want to do the opposite. So the opposite of 3y is negative 3y because then those eliminate. So we eliminated all the variables on the right side. We only have the positive 12 now. Over here, we'll combine that in a second. Well, let me tell you, if you're going to eliminate all the variables on the right side, guess what? We're going to eliminate all the constants on the left side. So we want to eliminate the minus 8. So we're going to go ahead and add 8. And if you notice, it kind of creates a little pocket after we did the y's, so that reminded you, okay, if we cancel the variables on the right side, we're going to cancel the constants on the left side. You never want to have two cancels or eliminations on the same side of the equation. And this actually allows you to do two steps in one layer. So now I just combine like terms and keep the equal sign in the middle. So then the 5y minus 3y is your 2y, and 12 plus 8 is 20. And now we actually only have one step left. I actually combined one of these steps with step three. Personally, I think it just saves time, it keeps things organized, and if you remember, you only eliminate the variables on the right side, and once you do that, then there's a hole to remind you you eliminate the constants on the left side. And after you divide, you get y, or 1y, but we don't need to write the 1, equals 10, okay? So now, on number two, if I draw the line to differentiate the left-hand side from the right-hand side, I automatically see I do not need to do any distributing or simplifying, because remember, simplify, we're talking about each side separately. Now let's go to step 3. We're going to eliminate that negative 8x. Well, the opposite would be positive 8x. So we're going to add 8x in the like term columns. So all the x's line up. Notice the negative 8x and the positive 8x eliminate. Now I'm just going to eliminate the positive 14 because I only want to eliminate one pair on each side. The right-hand side, we want to eliminate the variables. The left-hand side, we want to eliminate the constants. Okay? Now I'm going to go ahead and simplify the like terms. So negative 6x and positive 8x, there's more positives, so it's 2x. Have your equal sign in the middle. 12 and negative 14, there's more negatives, and it's negative 2. Now I just have to do one step and divide by 2 on both sides, and we always look at the constant on the variable. We do not care about this side. So on this side, they divide out to be 1x, but we just write x. And now we care about the sign for the calculation of negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1. Oops, I forgot. So 10 and negative 1. So number 3, if you can see, go ahead and if you draw your line, there's only one term on the left-hand side. That's okay. Don't freak out about that, which means we actually have less work. So on the right-hand side, we actually want to eliminate the 3k. Well, since it's a positive 3k, we want to do a negative 3k on both sides in the like term columns. So we only have to eliminate the k's on the right-hand side. And now notice on the left-hand side, there's only k's. So there's nothing more I need to eliminate. So 7k and negative 3k, we're going to get 4k equals negative 36. Because that's once the 3k and the negative 3k eliminate, we only have the negative 36 left. Do not drop your negative, because remember, it's the sign in front of the number, okay, which is the minus, or it's a negative. Now we just divide by 4, and you get k equals positive divided by negative is negative 9. Same thing on number 4, okay? When I say same thing, I'm talking about the steps, same steps. I don't need to distribute or simplify, so I go straight to, we're going to eliminate the variables on the right-hand side. Well, to eliminate 9u, I need negative 9u. So I'm going to do the negative 9u in like term columns. So the 9u and the negative 9u eliminate. And then if you look at the left-hand side, see the positive 12 is in front of the negative 2u? That's okay. I just need to eliminate the positive 12. Well, how do you eliminate a positive 12? Well, what's the opposite sign? Negative 12. So I do a negative 12 on both sides. 12 and negative 12 eliminate, which is nice because now on the left-hand side, I just have the u's. So negative 2u and negative 9u is negative 11u, and then 45 minus 12 equals 33. Now I just have to divide by negative 11 so that I get a positive 1u, and then positive 33 divided by negative is a negative 3. Okay. Go ahead and pause this video and do 5 and 6 on your own. And then we'll go on and look at the next page. Okay, so now let's do 7, 9, and 11 together. You'll do 8, 10, and 12 on your own, and then check the answer key for the even ones that I'll post after this video. You'll also have to have your summary. And what I mean by your summary is you'll go back and basically put into your own words all these steps, including the side comments that I've added, okay? So you're going to have to write full sentences describing in your own words the steps that you use. Okay, so to get full credit for your notes, you have to have this summary along with all the examples, even on the first page. So on number 7, first thing we have to do is distribute. So we get 18p minus 3 equals 11p minus 45. Now we can go ahead and eliminate the 11p, and since it's a positive 11p, we need a negative 11p to eliminate it, and we have to do it on both sides in our like term columns. And we're going to get rid of the negative 3, so we need a positive 3 on both sides in your constant term columns, and that eliminates. Now we can combine our like terms. 18p and negative 11p is 7p equals, well, negative 45 and positive 3 is negative 42. Now we divide by 7, and p equals, or 1p, we don't write the 1, a negative divided by positive is negative 6. Okay, number 9, as you can see, if you look at the left-hand side, not only do I have to distribute, but I'm going to have to combine like terms, because I get 9m minus 27 plus 3m, and then on the right-hand side there's nothing to do, so I'm just going to keep the 7m plus 43. And again, like I said, on that left-hand side, now this is not an, okay, just to clarify, guys, it's an equals. I'm drawing this line so it's clear what's on the left-hand side versus what's on the right-hand side. You do not have to do this, okay? But it's clear that I have to combine the 9m and the 3m, because this whole left-hand side, those are the only two like terms. There's no like terms on the right-hand side, okay? When you combine like terms, you have to do each side separately. So 9m and 3m is 12m minus 27 equals the 7m plus 13. Now I can go ahead and, again, I'm just drawing this line so you can see the left and the right side separately. Now we're gonna eliminate the 7m on the right, and I need a negative 7m, and I have to do it on both sides so that the positive 7m and the negative 7m eliminate on the right side. And then I have my minus 27 I need to eliminate on the left side, so I do a positive 27 on both sides. It'll eliminate on the left-hand side. So my 12m and a negative 7m is a 5m equals, and then 13 plus 27 is 40. Oh, it's not 13, it's 43. Whoops. Sorry about that. So 43 plus 27 is actually 70. So then I just divide by 5 for my last step, and 5 goes into 70 14 times. Okay. Now number 11, notice, and again I draw this line just so you can see the left-hand side separate from the right-hand side. So on the left-hand side, I have to distribute this negative 1, okay? And don't forget to take your negative. The 5x we can't do anything with yet, but negative 1 times x, negative 1x, negative 1 times negative 18 is positive 18. Be cautious when you're distributing and make sure you take the sign with you so you don't make these mistakes. That's usually the most common mistake I see. And then on the right-hand side, we're distributing the negative 2, so we copy the 6, negative 2 times x, negative 2x, negative 2 times positive 15, ooh, I almost made that mistake, is negative 30. Okay, and again, I'm just drawing this line so you can see the left-hand side separate from the right-hand side. On the left-hand side, I can combine these two x terms. And just to save time, I put them in, since they're next to each other, I just box those. So 5x minus 1x is 4x. Copy the plus 18 because there's nothing I can combine on the left side with it. And then on the right-hand side, I can combine the 6 and the negative 30. So the positive 6 and the negative 30 are the constants, and the negative 2x I'm going to copy first because variables take priority. 6 and negative 30, there's more negatives, so it's negative 24. Now I can start solving, which means I want to eliminate the negative 2x on the right-hand side. Again, I'm just drawing this line to separate the left and the right-hand sides. So I'm going to eliminate the negative 2x. I need a positive 2x, and I have to do it on both sides to keep the equation balanced. These eliminate. We have positive 18, so I subtract 18. Or you can think of it as a negative 18 to eliminate with a positive, Either way, we end up with 6x on the left-hand side, and then negative 24 and negative 18, they're both negative. So I just add them, and you're gonna get a negative 42, and divide by 6, so that you get x equals negative 7, okay? So again, pause this video, do the even problems, and do your summary in your own words of all the steps. And you can look at the steps, like I said, on the front side. Just make sure you include my comments that I made in your summary. Okay, so pause the video, do the evens, and then come check the answers in a second. Again, when I'm checking for full credit notes, I need to see all the work for the examples, and if you got these wrong and you don't know, bring up your questions in class. I'm also going to be checking for your summary in your own words of the steps.